everybody, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be making Henry's Party Time Jalapeno Poppers. Jalapeno Poppers are a ubiquitous menu offering offered at a variety of eateries. We at Henry's Kitchen today will not only teach you how to make the recipe, but we will also be delving into some of the rich history behind this ubiquitous snack. We're going to start by adding our jalapenos to some boiling water. And we're going to let them boil for about 3 minutes. I hope everybody's having a good 2021 so far. I can't believe how many famous people are dead. Now we're just going to transfer our jalapenos to a bowl of icy cold water, like so. Now let's lay them out on a paper towel to dry. Okay, so for this next part, it's absolutely essential that you wear rubber gloves because jalapeno peppers contain a chemical called capsaicin, and you do not want to get that on your hands. This glove's a little small, but it's going to have to do. So let's just transfer these onto a cutting board. Now we're just going to cut a slit across our jalapenos lengthwise, and this is what we're going to put our stuffing into. Now we need to scrape out all the insides, including the seeds, and especially what's called the placenta, which is the part that contains all the capsaicin. Sometimes even with the gloves you can still get some irritation. This is starting to hurt pretty bad. Now let's just put these in the fridge for a bit. Meanwhile, we can start working on our stuffing. Okay, so for the stuffing, I've got 1 package of Philadelphia cream cheese here, and we're just going to pour this out into a bowl. And I'm going to add some shredded cheddar cheese. And let's stir it up. You know, I've had a lot of people asking recently if I've ever done farm to table. And it's actually a great question, and it reminds me of how when I was 8 years old, my family went to a farm in Amherst, Massachusetts, and I went to the roof of a barn and I jumped into a 6-foot pile of cow dung. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm literally stuffing my cheese mixture into our hollowed out jalapenos. And we're just going to transfer them back onto our paper towel lined ceramic plate here. Okay, so now we're just going to transfer these onto another plate. But first we're going to close up our poppers. The idea is you want to have as little cheese showing as possible. Okay, so I just want to warn you that this next part contains some graphic imagery that may be disturbing to some viewers. But what we're going to do is we're going to form sort of a makeshift assembly line, if you will, where we're going to have an egg wash and also some flour, some milk, and some Japanese panko style breadcrumbs. I also like to add just a little bit of stroked paprika to liven up the flavor a little bit. Okay, so let's start rolling our poppers through the assembly line here. I want you to watch real closely because this part's really easy to fuck up. But we're going to start by dipping it into the egg wash. And then we're going to roll it in the flour. Then bathe it in the milk. And then douse it in the panko. This is called dip, roll, bathe, and douse. You know, they used to say that jalapeno gave people diarrhea, but that turned out to be an urban wives' tale. But if you're worried about diarrhea, this probably isn't the best dish for you anyway because it's got milk, flour, and eggs. So if you're lactose intolerant with celiac disease and gastroenteritis, it's kind of like hitting the jackpot. The diarrhea jackpot. Okay. Now let's just lay our poppers out on a foil-lined cookie sheet. We're going to put these in the oven for about 30 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
She says she wants to Uber home now, 'cause you're just not her type of guy. But she still wants to be your friend, and if she meets her Mr. Right, then maybe you could help her move her stuff when she moves in with him.
Okay, looking good. Let's just transfer these onto a plate here. Now, if you're serving these at a party or a gathering, your guests will really appreciate it if you include some kind of sauce to take the heat off. I like to use just a little bit of sour cream. Party time jalapeno poppers. A little spicy, but not bad. Well, thanks for joining us here on Henry's Kitchen, everybody. And as always, I want to thank the patrons at Patreon/Henry's Kitchen for always making these videos possible. From all of us here at Henry's Kitchen, which is really just me, have a great March.
Hang around with you. She's got other ways she'd rather spend her time. And that's why she just wants to Uber home.